Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Burdell Warrior with the Think and Grow Rich community, and today I'm going to discuss Chapter 6, our imagination. And our main imagination is the workshop of the mind. I know for the last 5 times we talked about the chapter 1 talks about our thoughts are things, and then chapter 2 talked about desire. That's our first steps towards riches. And then we had auto suggestions, and then last week we had specialized knowledge, and today we were going to be talking about our imagination. So Mr. Hill, Napoleon Hill, talks about, the imagination is literally the workshop. Okay, this is where we go and we get our impulses, and then with that goes into desire, and then we shape that into a form, and then we turn it into, we did the action steps, and then we all allow our minds to imagine, and then that's how, things comes about. Okay, so when we think about man, okay, only limitation is within reason lies in the development and the use of his imagination. When we think about imagination, think about a child, okay? Think about a child, they sit there and they have all these different toys if they do, or if they don't, they usually go ahead and find different things to create with their mind. And when you look, they're having fun. There's no limitation, okay? But here's where we as adults get our limitation because we always hear somebody say, that can't be done, don't do that, why are you doing that? Usually a kid when he's playing, he has he's using his imagination. Then that moves him into creating, different, taking different things apart, putting them back together. I know I've got grandkids right now. I just had my now number 13th grandchild, and then just watching my grandkids play, and seeing the fun without limitation. So that's where we need to go back as adult, without limitation. Okay, so as we move on, Mr. Hill talks about there is two forms or two functions of the imagination. We have your synthetic imagination, and that is where we think about things. This is the one that we arrange, okay, things. We have an old concept, we turn it into an ideas, we put it into a plan, and then we combine a combination of both. And then when we talk about the second one is our creative imagination. This is where where our mind comes with the infinite mind of God and all our different surrounding, okay? And then we get, this is where we get, somebody might feel you got a hunch, you get a hunch or an inspiration you receive. And then this is what we need, in order to move our business. Because, I'm an entrepreneur. So in order to move our business, sometimes we need to go into that quiet place. We take notes, okay? And then when we get the ideas, I always tell my friends, have a pad next to your bed, because I find that I get my most of my hunches or imagination or inspiration is at nighttime, and then you can write those notes down, and then that will allow you to move your business, whether it is to publish a book or whatever it is that you want to do, move your business forward. That hunches or inspiration will allow you to move to the next level within your business. Okay, so then the second one is how to use our imagination, the practical steps of how to use our imagination. So, first idea, first things might come to mind. So we must have the center of our attentions in our being. Okay, so we need to go into, if it is money we want to see, we have to be able to put the thought impulses with that, and then so the money could become tangibly become into a reality. So then, that's where our plan comes to mind. So then, one of the other things we can do for the truth idea that can be transmuted into money through the power. Okay, we have to have a divine plan. Okay, We have to have a defined purpose first, then the defined plan, and then we need to have hard work or honesty, and then that will be because Mr. Hill talks about sometimes people believe that hard work and honesty alone, he states, will not bring riches. So we need to perish that thought. The truth is, riches, they come in huge quantities, are never the result of hard work. Riches come, if it comes at all, it's in response to a defined demand, okay? So as an entrepreneur, we find something that has a demand, and then we go ahead and share whatever that maybe is, a product, a health product, a health and wellness product, or whatever that is. You go ahead and you share that. So then you could say that it's not a luck, okay? And then you might feel, sometimes being a network marketer, we feel disappointment, or we get discouraged, or we get temporary defeat, or we get criticism from our friends or our family members, and then we feel as though, boy, I'm wasting my time. However, we need to have a burning desire and an obsession that to make our dreams become reality. So then here is a question I have for you. Okay, what price are you willing to pay to make in order to own your life? Okay, here's another question. What are your dreams? Okay, and what are your business dreams? Okay, so think about those for a moment, as you uh, think about how to create with your imagination. Just think about those for a minute. And then here is another one. It said, where there is a will, there's a way. So if it's up to me or up to you to find a way. So whatever it is that you want to do in life, whether it is to start a new business, I know a lot of time we say we don't have enough time, but if you think about it, we do have a little time. Even if you only have an hour a day to invest in owning your life, invest in your own business. Take that time out to start a business. Like I said before, a job today is not enough. You will have to have something, a secondary, a source of income. I mean, you might not be there where you want to, your money might not be coming the way you would like it to. However, if you're moving forward, chances are it will come to you. Okay. So then another thing Napoleon Hill talks about here, ideas are intangible forces, but they have more power than the physical brain that we were given at birth. We have the power to live on, you know, after the brain has created them and returned to death. So even after someone dies and they created, maybe that book that they wrote, if you think about it, they might be dead, but that book is still in the process. Someone is still reading that particular book or an idea. Think about the library or the different books that you picked up or that building. Somebody created a building. That doesn't mean that they're still alive. Okay, so think about that. Okay, so do whatever it takes. Okay, to move your business forward. Remember that success requires no explanation. Let me repeat that. Success requires no explanation. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is Burdell Warrior with the Think and Grow Rich community, and I just took the time out to share with you Chapter 6 of Napoleon Hill, The Imagination. So, go out there and start creating the life that you deserve. Talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.